Hey guys, how's it going? Deansy Boy here, and it's a very quick video because I have just come back from the cinema after watching The Smashing Machine starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Emily Blunt. And I did say that I was going to be reviewing this film, but I'm not going to go into any big depths or whatever. I'm just going to give you my thoughts and opinions of the film, give you a rating, and go from there. Starting off, the film follows Marker, one of the pioneers of MMA fighting, and his battles with, I'd say, drugs, even depression, his relationship with his then wife Dawn, and how he has this obsession of winning and what happens if he loses. So much goes on. In terms of the plot, there's a lot of things that happen, and fair play. I remember just coming out of the cinema. I went with my fiance Emily and my father-in-law Matthew, and I even turned to Matthew and said, "But boy, they had so much going on." And he went, "Yeah, but how much can you put in order to keep the story going?" And it is so much to get squeezed into 2.5 hours long, but it started off slow, but it got into it. I think in the first 5 or 10 minutes, it started off slow, but then it gradually started to pick up the pace. And we did follow Mark through his journeys of drug addiction first, and showing the, I'd say, complicated relationship, or the complex relationship of him and Dawn, obviously Dwayne Johnson's character, and Emily Blunt's character. The story does have moments where it's like, right, we're going to shift you from here, then to here, then to here. I think it got lost halfway through, but then I think it managed to get itself back where it needed to go. But that's in terms of storytelling. And again, when you're focusing on a biopic film, it is really challenging to try and show as much as you can in terms of what's true, what's dramatic, what dramatic purposes or licensing that they used, whatever. So in terms of the storytelling, in terms of the plot and where it was going, it was a bit 50-50. But I think Benny Safdie, the director and the writer, I think he did justice for Marker, and especially where, there were scenes where it involved Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt, when it came to, the arguments, where the times where they were loving each other and then they were at each other's throats. And Benny Safdie did capture it, and he did it in such a way, he did it in such a documentarian style. I think he did get a lot of inspiration from the Smashing Machine documentary back in the day. So I can understand where he was going with it, but other than that, it was decent. But for me, oh my God, Dwayne Johnson as Marker, I'm calling it out here, right now. If this man does not get an Oscar nomination, then I don't know what. I say that very lightly, and I know a lot of people are judging The Rock so much in terms of his acting credibility and his, not just credibility, but his capability as an actor, because a lot of people are so caught up with him as this box office. Dwayne Johnson's plays Dwayne Johnson, has the same costume, he's in charge of his own character, his own ways of doing things. He's just The Rock playing The Rock. But him playing Marker, oh my God, there were times where I just completely fell in awe of him on his acting ability. And even at one point, I had to turn to my fiance, and I seen her in tears, because it was just a powerful performance from him. And there was a scene, and I won't go into details, like I said, spoilers, but there was a scene between Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt, which was so powerful, it brought my fiance to tears. And also, I hope as well that the Academy recognizes Emily Blunt's performance as well, for her role as Dawn, Marker's wife. I hope she gets Best Supporting Actress. She was really, really good in it, and both of them were so powerful, and they connected, and it was such a good performance. But I'm telling you here right now, guys, Dwayne Johnson can act. I've always said it. I've always believed he could act. I mean, a lot of people always say, oh, yeah, but this is a guy who always takes on box office roles, or, when he was starting out in his career, he didn't know where to go. But I always thought he was a good actor. But when, I think he said in an interview that he was put in a position where he was typecast to play this macho role where he's The Rock, and The Rock's going to be playing The Rock. I always remember distinctively, and it's not people are going to be like, huh? But I remember when I watched the game plan when he was in that Disney film, and I remember this particular scene where I think it was halfway through, and Dwayne Johnson has grown to love and get to know his own daughter that he has never seen before, and then all of a sudden she's taken away. And he feels this empty void, and there was a moment where he was sat alone in the dark, and there was tears going down his eyes, and I knew right there and then, this guy can act. If you give this guy a really good script, if you give him the right director, if you give him the right direction, and if he can get his ego out the way, who knows what this man is perfectly capable of. And that's why I get so excited when I see, Dave Bautista trying to work out as a dramatic performer, and I'm looking forward to seeing John Cena do that hopefully in the future. But for me, Dwayne Johnson, I'm so happy that he's decided, you know what, I'm going to fully dedicate myself into the performance, the art of acting, and him playing Mark Kerr was a challenge, and the transformation as well. A lot of people are like, oh, he's on something, he's on something. Well, I mean, yeah, but it's a no-brainer. It's been like he's been like that for years. But I think in terms of his performance, there was the hospital scene that was powerful. There were powerful scenes where he was having conversations with his wife. There were scenes where he was getting training, and it's the built-up frustration or the stress or whatever. There was just you saw Dwayne Johnson show his vulnerable side, his powerful side. He made you laugh, he made you cry, he made you sympathize, he made you didn't. He basically took us on a journey, and I am not sugarcoating this at all, and I'm not saying it for the sake of it, but Dwayne Johnson deserves that Oscar nomination. I haven't seen any of the films that could be favorites for the Oscars who are best actors in leading roles, but I think he's one of the favorites to get a nomination. And if I see any more, especially with Leonardo DiCaprio and from one battle to another, and maybe a few more in the future that I might see, but I could see him being a contender to maybe win it, because I mean, fucking hell, my God, he put on a fantastic performance. Going on to, like I said about Emily Blunt, she's just a tremendous actress. She was a terrific cast choice to play Dwayne Johnson's wife, or Mark Kerr's wife, Dawn. I think they worked so brilliantly together. There were times where they were sweet together. There were times where they were at each other's throats. Like, I know I'm repeating myself, but oh my God, it was just absolutely fantastic. I got to also give a shout out. I had to write the names down so I wouldn't forget. But Ryan Bader as Mark Coleman, I thought he was fantastic as well, playing another legendary fighter and one of the other pioneers of mixed martial arts. The chemistry between those two, between obviously Ryan and Dwayne Johnson, I thought that was incredible. And also Bas Rutten playing himself. I hope I got his name right. Again, playing himself. It was really cool. I like it when sports personalities, they play themselves in films, and they can prove that they got the acting chops by just being themselves. I know it's a bit weird for me to say that, but yeah, I hope you can get what I'm trying to say, because it's difficult to play yourself in a play or in a film, because sometimes you don't know yourself, and it's really tricky to pull it off. But other than that, all of them were brilliant. I think what made this film was the performances from all the actors, including the fighters. Alexander Usyk makes an appearance as well. That was really good, and he adapted to the screen really well. I got to give credit to Benny Safdie for creating this film, because it made me admire the man Mark Kerr, and also Mark Kerr himself. He makes an appearance in the film towards the end, and I thought that was really that was really nice, and nice little touch, little cherry on the cake there. And also, just to say as well, before I actually went to see the film, I actually listened to Chris Van Vliet's interview with Mark Kerr, and just to listen to him for nearly over an hour, he sounds like a really genuine, lovely guy who just had a few obstacles in his life that he had to either go under, jump over, or go through, like everyone else. And it just really couldn't just help but really like the guy. I mean, me personally, anyway. I think that this is, me personally, a career-defining moment for Dwayne Johnson as an actor. And I know he's working with Benny Safdie again to do another drama film, but I hope he does more in the future, because it then breaks that stereotype of wrestlers going into the movie industry and all they can do is action or comedy or action comedy films. So with that being said, how do I rate this out of 5? I'm going to give this a 4 stars out of 5. There were a few moments where I felt it was slow or went off pace, but that shouldn't really dent what the film was trying to show and what it could do and what the actors have proven to show with the story of Mark Kerr. And with that being said, I just thought it was brilliant. And again, if Dwayne Johnson doesn't get this Oscar nomination, then something's wrong there. Or even still with Emily Blunt as well. So if it was like if I was in charge of the Oscars and if I was to think of who would be nominated or what could be done, I think the makeup should be nominated. I mean, fair play, the makeup was absolutely incredible. Emily Blunt should be nominated for Best Supporting Actress. Nearly hit myself in the face there. And of course, Dwayne Johnson should be nominated for Best Actor in a Leading Role. And there we go, guys. There we go, guys. That is my thoughts and my review on the Smashing Machine. What did you guys think of it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you like about it, or what did you not like about it? Share me your opinions and views of it in the comment section below. And with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. I've been your host, Dingsy Boy, and I'll see you all very soon. I'm going to bed now. Take care, guys.